Disrespect. It's an unfortunate yet inevitable part of life. We all face situations where others treat us insensitively, rudely, or aggressively. These experiences often leave us feeling hurt, angry, and shaken. Our instinct is usually to either lash out or withdraw entirely. However, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism provides a powerful framework for responding to disrespect from a place of wisdom and inner strength. Rather than being reactionary, Stoicism helps us take the high road. In this video, we will explore 12 Stoic lessons and tactics for dealing with disrespectful words and actions. You'll learn techniques like responding with humor, empathy, and nonviolent resistance. We'll discuss how setting intentions, protecting your energy field, and standing in your power can transform difficult interactions. Number 1. Respond with humor. When someone is being disrespectful, it can be infuriating. Our first instinct is often to lash out in anger. However, Stoicism teaches us to respond in a calmer, more thoughtful way. One effective tactic is to use humor. A witty, sarcastic quip can catch the other person off guard and deflate the tense situation. Laughter makes light of their rude behavior and reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously. It's hard to stay angry when everyone is chuckling. That said, tread carefully. Don't become overly caustic or mean-spirited with your comedy. The goal is to relax the mood, not escalate things further. Poke fun at the absurdity of the circumstance, not the person. For example, if someone cuts in front of you in line, instead of yelling, you could wryly comment, "Wow, I didn't realize there was a VIP line here." Or if someone is being condescending, reply, "Thanks for that sage advice. Oh, great master." Used skillfully, humor reveals the silliness of pointless conflicts. It takes the wind out of disrespectful actions and brings us back to equanimity. But beware of going overboard and stoking the fires instead of dousing them. A sprinkling of comedy at the right moment can work wonders. Number 2. Picture them as a child. When someone is being rude or disrespectful, it's easy to view them as a horrible person and respond with anger. However, Stoicism teaches us to have compassion even for those acting immaturely. One technique is to mentally picture the disrespectful person as a young child throwing a tantrum. Doing this helps take their behavior less personally. You realize their outburst likely stems from inner pain, fear, or a lack of emotional regulation skills. Seeing them as a child having a meltdown enables you to respond with patience and understanding rather than reflexive irritation. You become the adult in the situation, the bigger person. Imagine if a 3-year-old was hitting you or calling you names. You wouldn't take it personally or get mad. You'd recognize they are acting out of immaturity and need guidance, not retaliation. The same applies for adults engaging in disrespectful actions. In a sense, they are like children who never learned proper coping strategies. With compassion, you can avoid escalating the negativity. A child having a tantrum just needs space, care, and time to calm down. Picturing our antagonizers as distressed, poorly behaved children enables us to respond with stoic wisdom rather than ego. We become the teachers rather than the provoked. Number 3. Ask curious questions. When confronted with disrespect, our instinct is to either counterattack or retreat. However, Stoicism suggests a more thoughtful approach. Engage with curious questions. Rather than reacting defensively or with anger, ask the disrespectful person questions like, "What made you decide to act that way towards me?" And, "How were you hoping I would respond after you said, 'did that?'" This catches them off guard, shifting the dynamic. Now they have to reflect on their motivations and goals instead of mindlessly attacking. Asking curious questions forces self-examination. They have to articulate why they chose disrespect in this situation. Maybe they felt slighted in some way and wanted to provoke a reaction. Or they thought insulting you would amuse their friends. Whatever their reason, curious questions get past knee-jerk emotions into a rational discussion. This models the mature Stoic approach you hope to inspire. And if they can't come up with reasons for their behavior, they're forced to recognize their disrespect as irrational and unwarranted. Through simple curiosity, you hold up a mirror, showing them the childishness of their actions. So next time someone is rude, don't get angry. Ask questions. It's disarming, yet enlightening. You gain understanding, and they gain perspective. A Stoic win for all. Number 4. Put yourself in their shoes. When people act disrespectfully, it's easy to vilify them and become engulfed in resentment. However, Stoicism promotes responding with empathy even during provocation. One way to do this is by putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Before reflexively judging them, take a moment to consider what suffering or frustration they may be experiencing to cause such hostility. Perhaps they just lost their job and are lashing out from stress, or they struggle with mental health issues that affect their behavior. Maybe they were abused or bullied in the past and learned to interact aggressively as self-protection. When you make an effort to see life from their perspective, recognizing the pain beneath their actions, empathy naturally arises. You understand this person has been deeply hurt and is now passing along their suffering onto others. This mental exercise diminishes your own anger and cultivates forgiveness. How can you hate someone when you appreciate the adversities and insecurities plaguing them? Your response shifts from retaliation to compassion. The next time you face disrespect, pause first. Reflect on what turmoil that person might be facing. Their rudeness says more about their inner distress than about you. By putting yourself in their shoes, you gain the empathy needed to dissolve resentment and react with wisdom. Number 5. Send love, not war. As challenging as it may seem, instead of declaring war on your provoker, wish them well. In your mind, send them thoughts of love, happiness, and peace. Picture your heart emanating warmth, care, and light in their direction. This private act of loving kindness releases resentment. It's impossible to hate someone when you are actively sending them unconditional love. You reclaim your dignity by taking the high road. Remarkably, loving energy is infectious. Even if they are unaware of your intentions, on some level, people feel and absorb the silent love directed their way. It melts their defensive negativity and naked aggression. By responding to disrespect with secret love, you transmute hostility into healing. Like sunlight dissolving fog, love gradually penetrates and transforms relationships marred by resentment. With disciplined practice, you become a vessel of loving energy, dissolving conflicts simply through your presence. This is the radical power of Stoic love, the courage to respond to provocation with forgiveness, not retaliation. For your own sake and for the sake of others, choose love over war. Number 6. Mirror it back. Simply repeat what they said word for word in a neutral, matter-of-fact tone. Do not add your own emotions or judgments. State it as if you are reading a shopping list. This technique serves two crucial purposes. First, it forces the other person to confront the ugliness of their disrespect. Hearing their insults mirrored back objectively makes them realize how unpleasant and uncalled for their words sounded. Second, mirroring buys you precious time and space. In the heat of the moment, we often react rashly. By repeating their words back, you stall while collecting your thoughts and centering yourself. This prevents you from retaliating destructively. Once you've mirrored their statement, take a few deep breaths. Then, when ready, you can respond authentically, from a place of inner strength rather than knee-jerk emotion. By holding up a mirror, the other person sees their reflection and you see yourself more clearly. This builds understanding on both sides, the essence of effective communication. Number 7. Be unpredictably nice. Rather than mirroring the negativity, be unpredictably nice. Do something extra thoughtful and caring that genuinely expresses your goodwill. Make them a nice cup of tea, offer to help with their groceries, compliment their outfit. This flips the script in the best possible way. When preparing their attack, disrespectful people expect you to be hurt or defensive. They want to provoke a reaction. Kindness short-circuits this. It catches them completely off guard, forcibly loosening their grip on anger. In the face of undeserved goodwill, their self-righteousness has nowhere to land. With one counterintuitive act of kindness, you remind both them and yourself of our shared humanity. Hardened battle lines soften, hands unclench. The bellicose tension of us versus them transforms into a connection between fellow strugglers and seekers. Of course, true kindness must come from the heart, not be used artificially. But when you can muster authentic care even for your opponent, conflict yields to goodwill. Be unpredictably nice and see what flowers may bloom. Number 8. Use nonviolent resistance. Rather than mirroring disrespect or fleeing conflict, firmly but peacefully resist engagement on the other person's terms. Make it clear through your words and body language that their behavior is unacceptable and you will not support it with your own reactions, either positive or negative. You can say something like, "I do not appreciate the way you are speaking to me right now. If you wish to discuss this respectfully, I am willing. Otherwise, I will not engage." Maintain calm eye contact and do not get defensive. This allows you to draw a line against mistreatment without stooping to insults or aggression. You maintain self-respect and avoid escalating the situation's negativity. If they persist in their attacks, simply disengage. Leave the room or stop responding while remaining nonviolent. Continue emanating inner strength and composure. By engaging in disciplined nonviolent resistance, you demonstrate the power of responding to darkness with light. This plants seeds of wisdom that may blossom now or in the future. Lead by example. Number 9. Stand in your power. We naturally want to retreat into ourselves for protection. However, Stoicism teaches the opposite, to stand fully in your power. The next time someone tries to tear you down, picture yourself grounded and centered, feet planted firmly on the earth. Envision a halo of bright white light enveloping your body, emanating from within. This white light represents the radiance of your inner dignity. You embody self-respect, courage, and wisdom. Let this divine light fill and surround you completely. Bask in the glow of your spiritual power and wholeness. Like a mountain unshaken by passing storms, you stand in poised strength. Disrespect cannot diminish your light. See yourself as a beacon of compassion, chained to no person or experience. You have the inner freedom to choose peace and love in any moment. Claim this power by standing tall in the face of provocation. The more you visualize and inhabit this dignified, sacred space, the more it becomes your reality. By connecting with your highest self, you rise above disrespect's grasp. Shine on. Number 10. Respond, don't react. In the heat of the moment, simply say, "I need some time to process this situation before discussing it further." This buys you space to cool down and gain perspective. Make it clear you are not ignoring their words, but want to respond thoughtfully rather than react rashly. This prevents you from making regrettable knee-jerk decisions that may inflame the conflict. And it models the kind of maturity you hope to inspire in the other person. Once you've centered yourself, you can thoughtfully respond in a way aligned with your values. Maybe you decide to set a clear boundary or have an open conversation about how to communicate respectfully. Or perhaps just let the disrespect pass without engaging. Responding also keeps your dignity intact. Reacting out of raw emotion gives your power away, but consciously choosing your actions restores inner control. The next time confrontation arises, breathe and buy time if needed. Don't let your buttons be pushed. Respond strategically once the storm has passed. Number 11. Set an intention. When we know we'll be interacting with someone who is disrespectful, it's easy to feel anxious and defensive even before the first words are spoken. Stoicism says to counteract this by setting a positive intention. Before you see the person, take a moment to get centered. Close your eyes and state an intention inwardly to yourself. Something like, I am grounded and dignified. I am compassionate and unshaken. I am centered in wisdom and peace. Repeat the phrase a few times silently. Feel it resonating through your mind and body. This plants the seeds in your subconscious mind for how you want to show up and respond. Setting your intention is like programming a GPS before a trip. It gives your mind a positive destination to navigate towards when facing potential disrespect. This keeps you centered in your highest self, rather than being knocked off balance. You flow through the interaction anchored by your inner beacon of wisdom and composure. And just like setting a GPS, you can update your intention at any point if you feel pulled off course. Reconnect to your inner compass. Use the situation as a practice ground to walk your talk. With the right intention set, you enter any interaction with clarity of purpose and commitment to your principles. The rest unfolds accordingly. Number 12. Protect your energy. When faced with sustained disrespect, it's easy to become emotionally drained. The negative energy can permeate and weigh on us. Stoicism teaches to protect yourself by visualizing an energy shield. Picture an egg-shaped field of white light surrounding your body. Make it thick and opaque, sealing out any harmful external energy. This shield protects your inner peace and stability. It diffuses and deflects any negativity coming your way, preventing it from impacting you. See the shield brightening and strengthening with each breath. Affirm that only positive energy can enter. Anything that would diminish or disrupt you bounces off harmlessly. With this bubble of protection, you can interact with grace and wisdom. Disrespect glances off the surface, none of it penetrating or compromising your intentions. If you feel your light dimming or the shield thinning, retreat and re-energize it. Spend time in nature, meditate, breathe deeply. Fortify yourself with uplifting music, friends, healthy food. Don't allow the poor behavior of others to throw you off center. Maintain sacred boundaries. With a strong shield, even the strongest negativity becomes irrelevant. Thank you so much for watching this exploration of 12 Stoic lessons for dealing with disrespect. I hope you found these practical techniques helpful for maintaining inner peace and wisdom, even during provocation. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content about applying Stoic philosophy to modern life. I look forward to continuing this journey together. Your support allows me to keep producing videos that aim to bring more light into the world. I appreciate you and wish you the very best on your path. Until next time, stay strong, stay centered, and keep shining your inner light.